Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the Bearded and Nerdy podcast. I'm Patrick Johnson, co-owner of WayfinderThreads.com. And you are?
I am Courtney, the other half of Bearded and Nerdy. Hello.
What we're planning to do with this podcast is just kind of, in this episode, is just to introduce who we are, kind of allow you guys to get to know us, and then move from there. Maybe and other things we'll have other podcast or other things to talk about in podcasts. But today it's just mostly getting to know us and filling out our format. I think. Um, any other intro things you need to get there?
No, just wondering about this weather. That's about it.
Yeah, it's cold as hell. It's cold as hell and miserable. I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it.
you know I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a constant state of freeze.
Yeah. Other things that you need to know about Wayfinder Threads is an expansive idea that we're following, and we hope to do with more. So right now, my Twitch stream, some of you are watching right now, that falls under that. Know that I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, usually 8 to 10. But in the next 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be doing 10 to 12 probably, because of scheduling issues. And then make sure you tune in this Sunday at some point for something Sunday, where I paint and say the word fuck a lot. I'm pretty sure that's all I'm going to do there. And then, always visit wayfinderthreads.com. We'll have a blog update, kind of that have the announcements that's going on, things like that. But other than that, I think we're good to go on with things that were going on. Do you have anything? The next part's usually, we're going to talk about news. Things that usually piss me off because it's too cute. Or something really sad that you'll find sad, but I'll find hilarious. Do you have anything?
I mean, there's been a lot of Bigfoot sightings
Cryptid Bigfoot sightings.
near Turkey Mountain in Oklahoma.
Well, I haven't been to Oklahoma, so it's not.
No, but
it's not
you were
me.
talking about us going out west,
Mhm.
and
Maybe I can find my
I
real dad.
mean,
Maybe I can find my real dad.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that deep down, I was a discarded Sasquatch because I wasn't hairy enough. I'm
Okay.
just saying, I think so.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay. I'm just saying we could always make a pit stop.
Yeah, we'll hunt for the elusive Bigfoot.
And in other news, things that make you go, huh?
Uh-huh.
Uh, two fishermen,
Yeah.
they believe this was somewhere off the coast of Southeast Asia.
Mhm.
It was just a short clip surfaced on the internet a couple days ago. A catfish with two heads, one
heads.
body,
Mhm.
no tail. It was conjoined at the
No
belly.
tail?
No, it was conjoined like a horseshoe at the belly.
That's fucking gross.
It was very strange. Look it up, guys. It's crazy. Yeah.
Can it swim?
Yes. And they say that usually these type of things when they happen
Mhm.
they happen in labs and they die right after birth. So this one had lived quite a long time.
So this escaped from a lab.
They don't know. They
It
think
probably
this I don't know, this was like out like
in the wild.
these people were fishermen. They caught it.
Like they
with
caught it.
Yes.
Do you think that it discussed whether or not it was going to bite it?
I don't know. I don't speak the language. I didn't understand what they were saying. So maybe.
No, I meant the fish.
Oh.
Do you think the fish talked to the other fish head?
Oh, probably. I mean, they were
stomach?
like going back and forth in
I don't know.
the basket
Like
of the live
talking?
well. I don't know, maybe. I just thought it was
It's
really
gross. It should have been destroyed.
well, they put it back out
No.
into the wild.
It's not going to mate. Nobody wants a two-headed fish.
How could it? How could it,
You
mate?
don't know. You don't know. It might
I mean,
be.
maybe
It
it's
might have, like, 4
maybe
dicks
it's
or
a unisex. I don't know.
maybe it'll have babies with itself.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe this is the end all be all of catfish right here.
The ultimate catfish.
The
new evolution.
Maybe. Let's see. What else was there I noted? Oh, the birds falling from the sky. It was raining birds all over the world apparently the other day, and nobody seems to know why. There was like 1,000 blackbirds and starlings that fell in Missouri somewhere.
Just a big bunch of them?
1,000 of them they
Okay.
counted, at least or more. There was 650 vultures apparently in Guinea, and Another,
So
and these have happened like apparently all over the world: Spain, U.S., Britain.
we're so fucking traumatized at this point that birds falling out of the sky, a death glacier, a volcano that you corrected me shot up 35 miles into the air.
34
Oh, sorry.
into the stratosphere.
Into the stratosphere.
Yes.
And I'm laying on my right side like a piece of trash in the middle of the fucking night showing you TikToks about cats. That's what I'm doing.
What?
While everything
I
is
mean,
on fire.
Listen,
That's what I'm doing.
there's only so much we can do in a day,
I could've
Red.
stopped
We're
the
only
volcano.
two
I could
people.
have stopped the volcano.
I mean, maybe.
I could have.
I don't know.
Mm.
But
Nothing.
scientists think that the birds falling out of the sky, they think there's something going on in the atmosphere.
Okay.
And so they don't know what's happening. There's several theories. A few of them are blaming pesticides.
But for
Because
the whole world wide?
because I guess these scientists are doing research on these birds and they're finding they all have common things.
Yeah, but we have pesticides in us.
Well,
we have a fucking...
but apparently these birds all have the same.
No.
And so they're saying that there's like some kind of global
Okay.
world
Yes.
yes.
Pandemic of birds.
No, they think it's the government.
So you're saying that humans are the pesticides?
I mean,
Yeah.
they're saying it's the government,
It
they
does,
think.
it does.
And I'm just like, okay.
All right. Anything else?
Not in news of the weird.
News that I fucking hate. There was a dog in Hampshire, England. Broke away from its
That was like
leash.
one
Just
dog.
one dog.
There's
In
just
that
one dog
whole
there.
fucking place. They only could afford one dog.
No more dogs.
He got away from its leash and its owner and ran away. And they're like, oh my god, I can't find my dog. And they were real sad about it. But it turns out that they found it, but it was stuck out on some sand silts, like, where the tide comes in. Right? Sandbars and stuff. And the tide was coming in. And nobody could save it for some reason, but it also wouldn't show up. Like, it wouldn't come to them. It just stood out there because it's a fucking stupid dog. If you love dogs, I'm sorry, but... But anyways, they couldn't do it. The way that they found it was this guy had a drone that he flew out, like, over and...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and they saved it with the drone.
Yeah. But he just wasn't the drone. The guy saw a sausage stand seller beside of him and stuck a goddamn fucking sausage on the drone and lowered it enough that the dog was like, I'm really hungry. And followed the drone to safety. And I didn't like that story. It was too cute. It was dumb. There was even a picture of it, like, smiling with the owner holding it. I hate it. I don't like animals that smile.
I mean, it could have been like that movie we watched with all those twists and turns where some shark just jumped up and ate the dog.
I don't want to talk about it.
Could have been a plot twist like
You're
that.
not allowed to pick movies for a while like this. It wasn't a movie.
It was not as bad as Midsummer. I don't care what anyone says.
Midsummer, as someone said, is high art. All right, so
I don't know. I don't know.
It was good shit. Man in the bear suit.
Listen, we can't talk about that movie.
Well, anyways, it was a new Netflix show with I don't know. It wasn't
Christian Bale. Is that her name?
No, Kristen Bell.
Christian. Christian is the guy. Kristen is the girl.
Rachel.
Yeah, that guy.
It's not him.
Psycho. American Psycho.
Yeah. That was a good movie too. But yeah, that movie was garbage. Also in the news, this was something that you made fun of me for. But there's an object in space, deep space.
I didn't make fun of you.
You said that I don't have thalassophobia.
Oh, I said, but you say you don't have it.
I don't, because space is not water.
But it's not. It's the
It's not
fear
the
of
ocean.
the dark,
No,
depth, unknown. That's what it's the fear of.
It's different.
Okay.
Anyway,
It's the same.
It's not the same.
To me, it's the
not
same.
Anyway,
It's fine.
there's an object far out in space, and it's sending radio waves every 18 minutes.
Yes.
And we don't know what the fuck it is. And we're not going to reply. So whatever's out there, we're leaving it on red.
Why?
I don't know, because apparently Earth is an asshole. Maybe that's what it is.
See, okay, this is what I
We can
don't
send
understand.
something out there. We could be like, what's up?
Okay, they show all these movies, right?
WYD.
Where we like SOS the aliens, right?
Yeah.
Do. So Why can't some regular
I don't
Joe
think
out
that's
on a
what-
farm somewhere do the same thing with this? I
With
mean,
his
like,
tractor.
whatever.
What are they
I'm
gonna do,
sure
like,
he could.
tractor
I'm
noises?
sure he could compile something and make it happen. It's been happening for forever. So
Yes,
that's
but-
how inventions happen.
but-
I'm just saying,
so
someone could,
much noise-
somebody could
No.
answer these guys.
No,
It could happen.
it should be me.
Well, what are you waiting for?
I would be like,
If not,
excuse me, please don't come here.
if not you, then who?
Because there's two things that would happen. If humans met aliens, two things would happen. We'd try to fight them. We'd try to fuck them. And that's it. That's all there is to it.
It's true. Or eat them.
No.
There's a group of people out there, Patrick.
No, you're right. Somebody would probably try to fuck the two-headed fish that we just talked about.
Ew. Okay. Anyway.
Chinese food. Yeah. Anyways, and then the last news I have, all of you will feel sad, and you should feel sad. But there was a gorilla named Ozzy, 59 years old. The oldest male gorilla in captivity is dead.
See, the one I read, he was 61.
Whatever. He's old and dead. He's dead.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
And
It
sad.
doesn't matter. He's dead.
I wonder if he ever had a girlfriend.
One student looked up and said that he had sired many children.
Oh. But that doesn't mean he had a girlfriend. Maybe they just bred him.
He probably didn't have a girlfriend. I mean, let's face it, zoos aren't the best for that stuff. They're not.
That's real sad.
Yeah. I think it's all the news I have. Pretty sure I don't have anything else. I know there's a hiker in Arizona that tried to take a selfie on a mountain and fell off and died, but I'm not going to make fun of that person.
Why? Why do people do these things?
Why not? You make me take selfies while we're driving down the road?
Hey. I'm taking it. All you have to do is look straight
You make
ahead.
me hold the camera while I'm driving, and I have to drive
No.
with my knees.
Okay. Yeah.
No, that's not true.
Okay.
Don't drive distracted.
Yes, we don't do that.
Don't do that. I mean, technically, I'm always distracted when I drive with you. Wink, wink. Let's see. Do you have a reason not to have kids? We have 5 kids, those of you that don't know us.
And Frank, let's not forget him.
Yeah, and Layla's not a real animal or a cat because she's inbred. But I feel like it's our necessary job as a person with 5 kids to tell you why not to have children.
Let's think.
And
What is my
let's-
reason today?
Let's preface this with I love my children.
Of course we do.
They
That
are joys.
that goes without.
They are a gift, as people say.
Look. Okay, while we're here, let's just clear the air. We love our children. Our children know we love them, but we're all assholes here, and we own it. Okay,
Yeah.
and it's fine. We're a bunch of assholes that love each other. So here we are. Anyway, so reason today that I think people should reconsider children. Let me think. When we find random wet socks in places
Mm-hmm.
and no one ever knows. No one ever knows.
That's you only get one reason today. That's it. Is that
I mean,
reason?
I found 3 today alone that were wet, and none of them were mine. And none of them had mates. And they were just sopping wet socks. And I'm like, what do you guys do? What do you do with these? Like, you have some kind of war that we don't know about where you slop socks at one another.
Slop sock.
That's all I can imagine when I see these socks.
I'm gonna slop a sock.
Okay, the next time I find one,
Mhm.
I'm gonna post it.
Okay.
So, or send
Maybe.
it to you.
Maybe just a collection of wet socks.
Well, I just want you to see. It's like your one shoe thing.
Yes.
That's what this is like. I found another one in the living room, just sopping wet
Okay. In the living room?
at the
Oh
toe.
my god.
At the toe.
Okay. What the fuck were they doing?
I don't know, but it's gross and it's nasty and it stinks. It smells like
Mm.
just feet and anxiety and like dampness,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not a good time.
It's not. It's not a good time at all. So I don't like it.
That's my reason today.
That's it. That's it.
I mean, that's the only one I got
I
because
think I'm gonna go with the old and tried true Fazoli story first.
Okay. You're really, really gonna just, okay. Rake
I
it
mean,
up.
why not?
Go
At
ahead.
least it's not the shit on the wall story. I mean, it's not.
Okay.
Flashback, what? 2 or 3 years ago. Ashton says he can't do it, and he's really hot. And I'm like, okay, he's sick. So I give him some medicine. It doesn't work. And then he's like, I want some milk. Don't know why he wants milk, but he wants milk. I'm like, okay. So I give him some milk while he's laying in the floor saying that his muscles hurt. And I'm like, okay, well, this will be good. And then a few minutes later, he's like, I need tomato soup. I'm like, okay, well, tomato soup. That's fine. People have jumped my ass when I tell this story. Like, you're not supposed to give your kid tomato soup and milk. But, like, fucking, I didn't know that. I didn't know. I didn't know that tomato soup and milk is a bad thing.
Well, I mean, you don't sometimes. It's
I
fine.
didn't know.
This doesn't come with a manual. It's okay. You just thought he's sick. At least he's eating something.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're sick, you get soup.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
You used to give us that vegetable, the shitty condensed can that they have to mix water in because Campbell's can't afford to give you a real can of soup. I can't. But anyways, tomato soup. He eats it. Then he starts crying and crying. And I'm like, all right, time to go to the emergency room because everything else is fucking closed because it's the weekend.
All right.
Aiden's like, I'm staying here. So he stays here. Noah gets in the back of the car with Ashton. And we're in my Honda, which means it's very small and compact. Now, those of you that don't know me, we always have a Walmart bag or a trash bag in the back of the car just in case somebody decides to fucking throw up. Because everybody likes to throw up in this family for some
At the
reason.
most inopportune time.
And it's not like quiet. It's just a fucking worst. It's the worst. Anyways, so I'm like, get the bag just in case. And he's like, okay. So we're driving. We're driving through town, and we get into traffic, and he's like, I'm gonna puke. And I'm like, God damn it, get the fucking bag now. And he throws up, and he continues to throw up. And Noah gets worried because the bag is getting really full. And he's like, Dad, make him stop. And I'm like, I can't. He's throwing up. You can't just stop someone from throwing up. And when he's throwing up and his head is deep into the bag. And remember, he had tomato soup
Yes.
and milk.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that was in him. So he throws up. And then after he's done, he goes, oh, God, it smells like Fazoli's in the back. So... That's then when we're done. We get he has to hold the bag till we get there. We get to the hospital. I park, and I have to carry this bag of vomit around with me in the parking lot until I find a trash can to put it in. And my car smells like fucking hot Fazoli's, like hot liquid Fazoli's.
Okay.
Is the worst. That's my reason for not having kids today. And if you have one, you need to have more than one so you know what it's like to have your soul broken. Otherwise, you don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Yeah.
You have no clue. You have no clue. If you have one, you are a lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
You just get to feel all the nice, warm, and fuzzy stuff.
You do, and then you're like, oh God, I gotta buy them the best of everything because I can afford it. Look at me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everyone that has one kid. I mean, you're just as... You're not.
Yeah, that's like when my mom tries to tell me stuff about, like, when I was a kid. Like, I know I was an asshole kid, okay? But I had asshole parents, too, and they know it. And my dad wears it proudly. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fun.
And so anyway, like, I'm like, you had one. You had me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's like, yeah, but it's still the same. I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's not. And I'm not shitting on people with one kid.
No,
It's
I'm not
hard.
either.
It's still hard.
It's all hard. All
Yeah.
parenting is
I know,
hard.
like, people would be like, well, if you hate him so much, why did you have him? It's not where we're at.
No.
We're at 5 kids right now. There's no turn. Like, you can't turn them in because... I fucking would. But... Get all that money back. All that time and hair.
There's no refunds.
There's no refunds. No, but I mean, like, I know how kids work. I know how they're made. Definitely know how they're made. And like, I know why I'm here. That's not what I'm complaining about. I'm just trying to save the rest of you. And if not, have as many as you can and then get back to me. I want to know what it's like to have like 7 or 8 in this climate Not like back then when it's like, I just stuck them out on the farm and they worked all day.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Not that, but
Because, back then, everyone just got tired and went to bed.
Yeah. Everybody's like, fuck this, I'm done.
And now we all have feelings and electronics. And it's a crazy time.
Yeah, we have free time.
That too,
Yeah. And where they
because
wanna be
nobody
with you.
farms.
Well, no, it's the other thing too. Is like I think our generation, the millennials, we had parents that were weird and kind of detached, but tried not to be detached, but they were detached anyway.
They were boomers.
Yeah, well, okay, but what I'm saying is like they raised.
And no, we're not shitting on boomers.
I mean, some of us shit on boomers. Anyways,
It's fine.
but what I'm saying is we were like, when our kids were young, we're like, we're gonna be in their lives, right? And we were in their lives,
And that's our fault.
and so
It's
now,
our fault. They're up our ass.
yes, now as teenagers, where they're supposed to be like, your parents are weird, I won't fucking be around.
Right. We're embarrassed of you. Go away.
Yeah.
Our kids are like, I'm okay with that because I know there will come a time when they're not here.
I can't wait.
And I'm just,
Can't wait.
and I'm just never in pants.
I'll be about 62 when the
And
last one I know it.
And I will be like, listen, you have to let me know you're coming because I need to put on
Or
pants.
just not put on pants.
Or
and
we'll
then
just
let
get us a doormat.
No,
We'll get
just
us a doormat.
Let them learn their lesson the hard way.
Oh, no.
Dear old dad with his boxers.
I don't want that for me.
I don't give a fuck.
I won't be in boxers.
No,
We
you
both
won't.
know I won't. We both know what I'll be.
Yes, it is.
So I'm just saying.
Well, let's not let them learn that lesson because I don't want to pay for adult therapy.
I don't want it for myself. I've had enough.
I don't want to pay for adult therapy.
No. So I would need some too at that point.
Therapy?
Well, yeah, because if one of our kids, I would die.
Be like, I need to leave.
I need to pass away.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Eject my soul from my body.
Immediate.
Please throw my corpse in the ditch.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is the part where we'd have like a main story or a main idea, not main story, a main idea we'd talk about, like D&D.
I'm ready for snacks.
Well, oh yeah. We do have before that a snack time, and a drink time too, I guess. So you can't see this,
I'm always ready for a snack.
but I'm going to be drinking a pickle flavored beer. It's actually called Christmas Pickle by Urban Artifact.
Also, we are not sponsored by anything.
But if you want to sponsor us, please God. We have 5 kids, as you heard. Please God. I need money.
Feel free
So much money. I got colleges.
to pay for. This one is Urban Artifact.
Same brand.
Same brand, and it's called The Gadget. It's raspberry and blackberry Midwest fruit tart. I love this one. If you like fruity, tarty beers, this is it.
I like very tardy beer.
Tart.
Okay, so what snack do you have over there?
I have Real Twists Bites. Daryl Leah. I've heard these are great. These are plant-based, non-GMO ingredients.
I got some nuts.
Grape flavored.
Oh, is it grape flavor?
Yes.
The grape flavor of everything, which doesn't really taste like grape though.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. I have Crafted Gourmet almonds. Speaking of which, I was in the gas station getting a Red Bull from Speedway yesterday or the day before.
Hmm.
And this guy is with his kid, and they're both really excited because they're getting gourmet cookies. And the kid's like, gourmet. And the guy's like, no, son, that's gourmet. And he's like, well, what does gourmet mean? And he goes, it means it's a cookie. And I'm like, no, it's not. No.
Smell them.
Smells like plastic.
Right? I don't know about this.
Well, okay, before you eat them,
You know what this reminds me of? Smells like summertime grape popsicle.
anyways,
Oh, hello, Frank.
let's cheers this.
Cheers.
All right. Yeah, these are good.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like the pull and peel Twizzlers.
Mm-hmm.
You know they're coming apart?
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Mm-hmm. And those are natural?
Vegan, plant-based, non-GMO.
Okay. Well, those are all right.
Alrighty.
We need to get a bowl to pour this in next time,
Mm-hmm.
so we're not rattling bags for the rest of the.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a good note. Let's try a gourmet almond. pour some of these nuts in your hand.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll grab a few of these.
Cheers.
And these are the flavor is garlic. Hello. Fucking stroke over here. Garlic, herb, and olive oil.
Mm. I like.
Holy fucking shit. God damn it.
Nice.
This almost tastes like garlic bread.
Mm-hmm. Like, I could not eat carbs if I could eat those.
Okay, that's a little too fucking far for me.
Well, all
Plus,
right.
I'll eat a whole loaf of bread, so.
Yes, I know. I could eat a whole bag of those. No problem. Mm-hmm. That was nice.
I'm going to eat the shit out of those. And then the beer I've already had before. It's really good.
Sorry, I needed a drink.
Yep, tastes like pickles still. Which those that don't know me.
Tastes like Red River Gorge. That's what I taste.
So, okay. So this is pretty much an introductory.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna ask each other, or not ask each other questions, just read questions that just general knowledge questions about us, and then answer them. I think.
Sure.
So first one that I'm not gonna lie because they're not real. I've already answered part of the question.
Yeah, we already talked about this a little bit.
Have you ever seen a ghost?
Oh, this one.
Are they real? And are cryptids real?
Okay. Well, I have never seen a ghost per se, but I've seen things that I can't explain. So I'll just say that. I don't know if they were ghosts, but
That's right on the fence, madam. You can't do that.
well, I mean, I don't have any explanation for them. Just like we don't have any explanation for the screws in our house that we find, or the ones that we hear fall all the time and we don't know where they come from.
It's just a house that's old, falling apart.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Mhm.
You know. And then the time that I let Aaliyah believe that snipes were real.
Nice.
Yeah, we took her snipe hunting. Okay, so there is a bird that's called a snipe, right? But they aren't here.
Where'd
So-
they go?
They,
Do they
they
live-
don't live here. They're
Oh.
not in this country. And so,
I have no idea about snipes, so I have no clue.
but when I was little, it was a joke that they were like a cryptid. They were like this nighttime creature that, you know, they'd take you out into the woods and give you this bag or a burlap sack.
People or snipes?
Like us kids would go, like my cousins would take. It was like a rite of passage thing.
Okay.
And so, but the person that you take doesn't know that they're not real.
Okay.
Like they think they're really going to hunt something.
Okay.
And you give them this bag. And you tell them to wait in this open area. And you say, I'm going to run the snipes to you. And when they get there, you got to catch it. So then you get them in this pitch black area with this bag. Excuse me. And then you go out into the woods and you wait till they're complacent and it's really quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And then you rush them in the dark and somebody, the smallest person, runs into the big burlap sack. So they think there's something in there, but you have to growl and act ridiculous, you know, to scare the person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway. So we did this to Aaliyah and her cousin Catherine when they were little.
Okay.
And they believed us. And I won't say who, but one of them peed their pants
I don't know.
and blamed the other one. And their brother Brett,
Mm-hmm.
like, really pulled it off. Like, he really had them believing that this was real. So anyway, they come home and they decide to Google it.
Mm-hmm.
And they find out that they're not here.
Mm-hmm.
So it ruined all of it, but that it was a real bird. Well, at the time, I didn't know that it was a real bird.
Mm.
My whole life, I had never known anything different.
Like a normal.
Okay. I thought they were extinct.
They're not extinct.
No, they're not, which is great. I'm super excited about
I
it.
don't know, man. I think they should be.
What? Why?
I mean, if they're a little pretentious going around with a unicorn horn on their head. That's not fair for the rest of us.
The local people there are still allowed to eat them.
Yeah, no, I bet they're delicious.
I bet that tastes real fishy.
No,
Like
man, I bet it's
gamey.
delicious, especially if they're sad when they die.
It's the bitter in their bones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys could see Frank over here. This guy is so sassy right now.
He's not sassy. He's sleepy.
Look at him. Look at those paws. He's like, I need mine. Where's my snacks?
You can have a snack later, you son of a bitch. But no, I don't believe in ghosts. I don't think they're real. Me and Chad, my best friend since third grade, we met just to go back. We met fighting over another girl named Courtney in third grade. I won because I'm more vicious. And then she took my yo-yo ball. I've never forgiven her since then.
Oh yeah, that is right. The story of the yo-yo ball.
Yeah, Courtney, you're out there, and I know it. I've met you once before so far.
She might have passed that down to her kids.
She better not have fucking had. I know what it looks like. I remember it. That was very important to me. My yo-yo ball.
What color was it?
It was black checkered with neon. Like neon and black checkered. The neon hoop thing. Anyways, we used to go out in the woods, Chad and I, not Courtney. Chad and I, because we were in third grade. Whatever. When we got older, to look for scary things, and we never found anything. First off, the only thing that I've had that's been scary that I thought. No, I didn't. I didn't think anything. I had sleep paralysis demons show up after I bought some pants from Goodwill. And someone told me. Someone told me that
you needed to sage the house.
that the pants were haunted.
Yes.
The house needed to be saged. Salt needed to be put at the door. Pennies needed to be put in the door frame. That was my experience. I also had a friend that told me their typewriter was haunted.
I remember.
Yeah. I don't think they're real.
I mean...
And if they are, I'll just leave. I'll just fucking leave.
Yeah, I was
Wherever
going to say,
it is.
we've talked about this. I always ask him, I'm like, what would you do if you saw XYZ?
No. That's how this conversation started was I'm watching the first Hellraiser movie. Again, because it's one of the best fucking movies ever made. And there's a scene where the guy melts up from nothing. Like his heart, his ribs, and all that stuff just form. And Courtney's like, what would you do if some man melted up from the floor? And I'm like, I'd fucking leave. Because what else are you supposed to do? Fight him? No, you leave. He melted up from the floor. There's nothing you can do to him.
I mean, I would have questions, okay?
I don't have a burning question to be like, excuse me, sir, while you're coming from the depths of hell.
I would, though.
Could you answer me? What are you?
I would be like, what is
What's
going
your name?
on?
What is your story, sir? I need to know. No, I'm not going to do that.
No, I wouldn't Karen it. Like,
Excuse me, but Karen wouldn't be like, what's your story, sir? You know that.
What was that about?
Your reaction is what every dead inside millennial would be like. It'd be like, oh no, something scary. So what's going on?
Hello. We just had murder hornets with a pandemic.
That was a while back ago.
Okay, I'm just saying at this point, the world has had enough trauma from the pandemic that no news surprises me.
I'm sorry. I think during the pandemic, I just got drunk a lot. So
I mean,
accidentally.
we had a hell of a quarantine. I'm just saying, I recommend a quarantine like we had to everyone. Just saying.
Yeah, not like a bad one, but a good one.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I'm recommending it. 5 stars,
Every time.
I would give it 6 if I could.
I mean, you can. You make your own rating system.
Well, this is true. Okay, I give it all the stars. How about
All
that?
of the stars.
All of them. All the stars.
However many it takes.
I mean,
Yeah.
But
no, I don't believe in
you were
ghosts.
there.
I don't believe in cryptids. I don't think they exist.
Okay.
There's only one that I don't talk about. And I know it's irrational, and I know he's not real.
And he apparently lives in Cleveland.
He doesn't live in Cleveland.
He lives in Ohio.
He does live in Ohio. So I'm really afraid of the Mothman, and I
Listen.
don't know why.
I have always been freaked out by that movie and by the whole thing.
Well, I don't like him.
But
But
that.
tattoo is thick, though. I'd tap it.
Listen.
I'm just saying.
I would also like to note while we're here that I think all snacks should have quiet packaging. If someone out there could do that for me,
Someone out there.
could you do that for me? Make me some quiet packaging for my snacks. I would appreciate it, and probably so would so many other people out there who hate loud snacks
But I saw the Mothman.
on the side of the road.
No, in the sky. Thank you very much. Coming out of a tree.
On our way home from Ohio?
Yes.
Okay.
It wasn't on the side. It came out like this.
I think we were really tired.
Anyways, we're driving from Cleveland, which is the worst fucking city I've ever goddamn been in my entire goddamn life.
House of Blues is great. Ever get the chance to go to a concert there? Highly recommend. It's very intimate and personal. Great setting.
Mhm.
Great bar.
But we were driving home, and somehow I fucked up, and we were on back roads. And we're driving, and it's like 4 in the morning, and we gotta get home before the kids get there, bro, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Because we had to take him to school.
Yeah, because the way that we work is when we got one day, we'll cram as much as we can in it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting back, and I'm driving, and it's dark, and I'm sleepy, and it's scary, and there's no like lights, and there's no buildings, and this bird or moth flies out of a tree, and I know that it's a bird or moth, but at that moment, in my head, my brain fires up, and I'm like, it's the fucking Mothman. And Courtney is the only person to ever see the bald fear that washed over my face, I think.
I was terrified and was like, what's going on? I got freaked out for a second.
Yeah.
And then when I realized, we both laughed real hard because why not?
Yeah.
We were tired and it was
Mhm.
4 in the morning and Mothman's not real.
He's not fucking real, so that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't believe in any other cryptids. I know that a few of our friends believe in wendigos and skinwalkers, so.
I mean, I've seen a few deer that look like they could have been some weird
you know
deer.
the idea about what they claim the national forests are, right? Like the government national forests, how they're placed about.
No.
The argument is that the government knows that there are cryptids, like
Okay.
skinwalkers that live in caves. There's a vast cave system under America. We all know this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they think that the national forest, like Daniel Boone National Forest, Yosemite, whatever, right? It's a way for them to monitor and contain the cryptids, and that the people that die by them are just collateral damage.
Hmm.
So
So,
the
like, all these hikers that go missing and stuff, they think are the cryptids.
yeah. That's the theory.
Oh.
I don't think so,
Okay.
because it's not real.
I mean, considering what we don't know about the ocean, anything is possible. Anything is possible. I'm not ruling out anything these days. It's 2022, baby.
You're just afraid of the ocean. Though.
No.
You're afraid of the ocean. Admit it.
I am not afraid of the ocean. There is lots of things that we are never going to know
About the ocean.
about the ocean, about our world.
Well, that's why we go to space. We don't worry about it.
No.
We just leave. We just leave. I'm telling
No. Like, they have just found recently, apparently, that one of the moons on Jupiter's moons is
But that's
apparently
not the
like...
ocean.
No, it's apparently just ocean inside.
So
Really?
we don't have to go there.
No, but it's like just one big ocean
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can just
in there
leave.
churning.
Like that's why space
You know what I
is cool.
picture though? You know what I picture when I picture that moon? I picture
An egg?
I picture some astronaut landing on the moon of Jupiter, and they drill in and they lift the cap off and you look down in it and it's just blackness churning. That's what I picture, like the
yeah,
ocean.
That's
Like
probably what it is.
that's what I picture.
Probably nothing else.
It's just like if it were a cartoon, that's what I would picture. You would just cut the top off and pop it open and look in there, and it would just be all the blackness just
All
of
right, do you have something now besides scary ocean
ha ha
stories?
ha.
Do you have anything you wanna? Because I brought up the ghost one. It's your turn. Because I'm done.
Oh wait.
Well, I
Well,
mean, I have more questions.
I
but-
know, but I was trying to think about my question.
See, this is why I have notes. And stuff.
I do have notes, thank you.
So you just made.
Are you what is this?
It's nothing. What are you gonna ask?
Do you have a camping story?
Can't.
Yeah,
Yes, you go first though.
me.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, it just depends on what kind of camping story you want here.
Not an X-rated one.
What do you mean?
Like no murder or anything.
I haven't been camping where anyone got murdered.
I don't know.
What are you? What? What if so? Oh my! What?
I don't know. Like, did you eat somebody?
No.
Okay, well then tell me your camping story.
One time, went on a camping trip, and Aaliyah.
Oh, this is when you've been camping since you were old. Or
Yes,
okay,
I took Aaliyah camping.
all right.
We kept hearing something outside of the tent
Okay.
that morning, and it was like right at daylight, right?
Uh-huh.
So, and it's just me and her in the tent. Well, there was a corner of the tent that our cover thing had come up sometime during the night,
Okay.
like your dew cover or
Mhm.
whatever. And so the corner was off. We had, hung our trash and everything like away, all this and that. Well, I kept hearing something, Leah kept saying, Mom, there's something out there. And I'm like, there's nothing out there. Yes, there is. Listen. So we lay there and we're listening,
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear any movement in any other tent,
Okay.
because there was some family members who had gone. And I hear nothing. And all of a sudden I hear this. Like right at my head.
Yeah.
Because, the corner is up here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
There really is something out there.
Okay.
Like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like, I can't alert anyone because if I do, there's whatever's out there.
It's gonna eat you right there. Your
Right.
face is gone.
And I have my kid right here. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh God. So she's like, see, I told you. She's like, her eyes get real big. So I'm like, just, it'll go away. It's fine. It's fine. It's probably nothing. Well, we lay there a little longer and I keep hearing something kind of paw around outside,
Mm-hmm.
in the dirt. The next thing I know, we're laying there and we hear something. It sounds like it's starting to drip down the tent. And a deer had pissed on our tent. It was the most putrid
Oh God.
smell you could ever imagine. And I thought I would die. Well, Aaliyah starts gagging.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I can't be quiet. This deer's gonna kill us. She's
Yeah.
freaking out, thinking the deer's gonna like paw through the tent or whatever. Because by this time we've realized that it's a deer because we can smell it. And so I'm afraid it's like 2 bucks out there, like marking territory or
Yeah.
something. So I'm like, we have to be quiet, because like this was like during the time when they would be like breeding
Gobbling.
and like,
Yeah.
fighting
They'll
to
just-
mate
they'll
or
just
whatever.
Fucking hoof you to death.
Yeah. And so we were trying to be really quiet. And so we're trying to scoot over to the other side of the tent
Mm-hmm.
to get away from the deer pee. And about the time that we do, her brother, we hear him. He comes out of the tent.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the deer scares him and he screams. I mean, you would have thought it was like a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just this horrible commotion and our tent comes down. We don't know what's happening. So
Smells like deer piss.
smells like deer pee. It's
Mhm.
still not completely daylight. And all we hear is screaming, carrying on our tents on us. So by the time we get out, Aaliyah has peed on herself.
Oh God.
And we realize what's happened. And Brett had gotten hung up in the tent. And he fell because the deer scared him. But anyway, it was just a whole thing. And so then I don't know that we went camping for a long time after that. Because we really thought that there was something out there going to eat us. But we got pissed on by the deer.
And that was it.
And that was it. That was the
Yeah.
whole thing. But it was a scary time for a moment,
Deer piss.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My camping story coincides with the first time I ever drank alcohol.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm. I was 8.
What?
Yeah, I was 8. I had eaten. My great aunt had brought over filet mignon, and we made a big bunch of them. And I guess I hit puberty fast because I ate as many as I fucking could. So I was sick. And then my dad and my stepmom show up with all of. At that time, there were 4 other kids, my step siblings, and he's like, "We're going camping." I didn't even know he had a damn tent. I was like, oh, "Okay." So the way that we used to transport children back then, as you know, was in the back of a truck. So we all pile in the back of the truck, and he drives up my road, Cow Ranch, and across Bowling Ridge out into the middle of nowhere, where this huge flat spot is. And he gets a tent out. And it's a small tent. And him and my stepmom are like, "This is our tent." And I'm like, "Where's our tent?" And he just gets a blue tarp and puts it over his goddamn ladder racks on his truck. And he's like, "You sleep in the back of the truck with this tarp over you." Like, it's going to be really cool, you know? Like, wow, thanks. Sleep in this hard truck with, like, nails and whatever. It doesn't matter.
It was the 80s and 90s.
So, you know, we're like, cool. So we make a fire and, like, roast wieners and do all of that shit. And then he's like, he gets a little too far away.
Probably lead nails.
Yeah, probably lead nails. It's probably fucking can't remember stuff. Who knows? Who knows if that's why my jaw pops. I probably have tetanus from then. Still, like just a chronic tetanus is what I have.
Chronic tetanus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so you know he gets a little too gone, and he's like, "You want to drink a beer, you and Josh?" And I'm like, "Fine." Cool.
Poor Josh.
Poor Josh. But anyways, we drink 3 Budweisers each at 8 years old. So you can say I'm fucking gone.
Oh,
I'm
you
gone.
would be almost gone if you had 3 in a row now.
Yeah. So I was gone. And he's like, "Let's go get this hornet's nest." I didn't know there was a hornet's nest involved. So we're all 3 drunk, 2 8-year-old drunk 8-year-olds.
And your dad.
And my dad. We go out into the woods. And there's a hornet's nest that he found. And he's got one of those big old fucking flashlights in a trash bag. And then he wants to put the bag over the hornet's nest. And then snap off the branch and just leave it. You know, like tie it up and leave it. We got the bag over it, and then he screamed,
And
"Shit, run."
And it was full.
It was, yeah, they were alive. Yeah, they were in there.
Oh.
So we made it out. The bag stayed on the thing.
It's probably still hanging
it's
there.
probably still hanging there on
Back on Bowling Ridge.
Yeah.
Back on the ridge.
So we run really fast, and like my lungs start burning. Right. You know, of course, Josh is not an active individual, so he got behind. So I just left him in the dark. Then I get back and I throw up all of the filet mignon that I had. It's the only time I ever had filet mignon, by the way. And I just puked it everywhere. Right. So then I lay down in the back of the truck thinking I'm gonna die. Right, because it's bedtime for me at least. And I'm trying to go to sleep, and then I just hear this weird, like high pitched bark, and then I hear another high pitched bark. And then another, and then another. And then I'm like, what
Coyotes.
the fuck? No, not even I was like, what the fuck is this shit? So then we're all terrified in the truck. And I've pulled the tailgate up, like that's going to fucking protect us. And like we're peeking out because my dad's passed out with Janice in a tent, right? Just away from us on the other side of the fire. And finally, it's just a big bunch of fucking raccoons barking at each other. And they get really
Raccoons?
Yeah, it was they were scary. It was like an army of them. It was terrifying. But I finally passed out. And that's my camping story. It's the only time I went camping, I think.
That's like the time me and Kayla Patrick got caught under the out in the pool with the rabid dog between us and the door on the porch. Yeah, it was a bad, scary time. I've never been so terrified.
Yeah, but yours was dangerous. I just had fucking raccoons.
That's dangerous.
No, they're not.
You guys were kids. What if they had rabies?
And I would have a better story than I just had. I
No.
got rabies. Couldn't drink water.
I mean, hornet and raccoon.
And
That's
underage drinking.
underage drinking. That's a lot there, honey. That's a big old camping story.
That's the only one I ever needed. That's the only one I ever needed. You know? Yeah, yeah.
I bet Aaliyah, I wonder if she even remembers the deer
Be
peeing.
like, hey, remember that time that deer pissed all over us?
Ooh, it was so nasty. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything else
Mhm.
about camping or any other question?
One time, I'm going to out us right now. Helen, if you're listening, I'm sorry. Sheila, I was not the liar in this story. I'm just going to note that here right now. I did not lie to any parents when I was in school. I always told the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it was enough.
Okay.
It kept everyone peaceful and out of trouble. It was fine.
All right.
I was the mom of the group. It's fine.
Okay.
Anyway, so it was prom.
Which one?
Prom. Let me think here. Senior prom?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I think. I know. You were at senior prom.
Yeah, but I wasn't with you.
No, you weren't with me. I'm just saying I was trying to think of the year.
Oh.
Anyway, so it was senior prom after senior prom. We all.
By the way, the shittiest prom that I've ever seen in my life.
You know.
Anyways, go on.
Yeah, whatever. So we all decide we're going to Tommy Payne's to have a field party.
Oh boy.
And we go. I think this was prom or graduation. I don't know. Anyway, it was one of the two. It was our senior year. So we go to this field party and there's this barn.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one tent and several of us have brought other tents and we tried to put them together before dark and it ended up being a big mess.
Okay.
Anyway, I just know that there ended up being only one tent up that night.
Mm-hmm.
And there ended up being like 8-10 people in that one tent.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Helen ended up making us a tent in the bed of this guy's truck. It was one of our prom dates. And it was a rough time. Like it was a really rough time because that tent was the only one that ended up and that truck bed we piled a bunch of pillows and covers in it.
Still didn't help.
No, it was a bad time. And there was like 6 of us in the bed of the truck trying to sleep. And we were in this, and then fire didn't get put out. Somebody called the fire department the next day.
See, and that's why, from this point on,
or something, and reported it. And then we had to tell them it wasn't a forest fire, that it was just some kids having a, camping time in the field.
Drinking illegally.
Yes, definitely. I'm sure it was going on.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You sure it was going on?
I was sober that night. Okay. I don't know what happened.
This is why I will always forever glamp instead of camp.
That's right.
Fuck that shit.
Well,
I don't want to. I don't want to. Don't make me do it. I'll leave.
Well, that's like you pay all this money to go out into the woods to have no electricity. And
when that witch showed up.
Let me tell you something. I don't know if anyone remembers the Blair Witch Project, but that was a time, and it was terrifying, and it had me convinced not to go in the woods.
Well, whatever. We all thought it was real.
It was scary.
When it first came out, I swear, I think we all thought it was real.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was like the most state-of-the-art thing anyone had done during our time, as far as like live footage and blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. All this crap that I mean, they made a good job believing.
But if we would have thought about it, like the police wouldn't have let somebody make a movie out of like. No, yeah, sure. Here you go. Right. And then the other thing that I have is like, have you ever performed in front of a group of people where you regretted it? In any sort of, besides your thing that happened in Florida, because we're not talking about that. Not with me when you were younger.
No, I wasn't going to tell that one.
I was just making sure. No. You got nothing?
I'm thinking. There's probably a lot, but you can go first on this one.
All right. The first one I have is I used to believe that I was a rock star. About to happen. Just fucking out there. Had a band with Chad. Of course, we've already talked about Chad. Fucking hate that guy so much. So beautiful, so nice. What did he do to get to... You know what? I don't care. Doesn't matter. Fuck Chad. Anyways. So we're going to play. We're going to play at this talent show. and we're gonna win. We're finally gonna win. We never won ever. Spoiler alert: we didn't win this one either. But I had bought a new set of pedals that were on a pedal, and we go out there, and I turn on my guitar, and I'm like, "We are Manifold." That was our first band's name.
Mm-hmm.
Not After Autumn. After Autumn was our second band name. Even though all the members in Manifold were in After Autumn, we just changed our name.
Right.
So we're like, I'm like, this is Manifold, and we're gonna play a song called Tear. They announced it as Tear. Audience is dead silent. You know, lights shining on me, shining on Chad. And I turn on my guitar and I hit the pedal, and it doesn't come on. And I'm like, God fucking damn it, are you serious?
Wasn't unplugged in.
No, it shorted out on me, and it wouldn't work. And like Chad's like, hold on a moment, we gotta fix this. And like people kept, like we kept trying to work, and then like 2 minutes passed, and somebody goes, just fucking play already. And I'm like, oh God, let's just fucking play. So we played, didn't win. So that was the first one. We also didn't inform them that there were solos. So like the person that had the spotlight just was really confused and kept switching between the two of us because it was an instrumental, so there was no singing, so they didn't know who to focus on, so they were just like, So, you know, my bad. The second one happened in college. I was the managing editor of Inscape with this other guy named Robert. Robert liked to drink a lot. A lot. And this is my first time doing this. But the winners that got in the book, they got to come and read their stuff aloud, but you had to, like, introduce them and bring them forward. And it had art and literature in it. So the art people went first, and then the artist got like $150, and then the writers got like $25. So I'm about to go up, and Robert's already sloshed. He's only there to play his guitar. He's the band. He's literally one guy with no microphone and an amp. Like that's the end. He's sloshed, and he's like, just go up there and tell a joke to break the ice. Just tell a joke. And I'm like, what fucking joke? What am I supposed to say? This is my first time speaking in public. And these people are my teachers, my department manager, like people that I respect. So I go up there and I'm like, yeah, it's time to talk about the literature part. Too bad we don't get that much money like the other people who draw do. Haha. And no one laughed. No one. And I felt something break inside. I don't know what it was. It's never been fixed because I'm still talking about it. This was in 2002. This has been a long fucking time ago. No, 2003, excuse me.
Okay.
No
oh, wow. That was like our first year of college.
Yes, it was. But anyways, I introduce the people, they read, everything's fine, and I'm like, I fucking hate this. And by the time we're done, I know that my part's over, and then I can sit down, and after that, you're supposed to like walk around and rub elbows and have food and talk and look at the art. And I got off the podium, and I walked through the crowd, walked out the front doors, and went to my dorm. Because that was just the most embarrassing point of my goddamn life at that.
I just thought of mine.
Okay.
Well, I had a speech class in college once, and Helen was my Chad.
Mm-hmm.
We're still friends to this day.
But not fuck Helen.
No. This is like
like you guys are real friends. I'm like fuck Chad because you know he's way better than he's my servant.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Chad, I love you. It's fun.
I don't love you, Chad.
I do, and I love you, Kristen.
Fuck you,
so,
Chad. Kristen.
You be nice.
Okay.
Anyway, so I had this speech class, and I thought, you know what? I'm a good talker sometimes when I need to be. I don't need to prepare for this. I've got this, you know, because I had my outline, I'd done my research. But I thought I can just get up there and wing it and I'll be okay.
Yeah.
I can bullshit for 3.5 minutes and I'll be good to go.
Okay.
I just need to make that mark.
Yeah. 3 minutes.
Okay. So I've done my research, got my outline, have my note cards, right? I'm good to go. I did not prepare. I did not time myself. I didn't practice. Nothing. I get up there. I look at my note cards. And I'm really dry mouth. You know how I get. Because I'm like, oh, God, I can't talk.
Yeah.
You know, like, immediately. So I'm like, oh God. Oh shit. Like,
Mhm.
I really didn't think about this.
Uh-huh.
Anxiety sets in.
Yeah.
Just read the note cards. Just read the note cards. Courtney, you're fine. Just read the note cards. You got this. I did not have this. It was so bad. It was so bad. I asked to go to the restroom.
Mm-hmm.
I left.
Oh.
I
oh,
left.
Shit. Oh.
I was like, I have forgotten something in the car and I'm probably going to have to stop off at the restroom. I'll just go after the next person.
And you never came back.
And I never came back.
Okay.
Like, ever. Like, I went and withdrew from the class because I was so embarrassed. And I was just like, I'm just going to go straight to my advisor and tell her what happened because this
and you're like, I can't fucking handle this.
Yes, I told her, I was like, is there something else I can take in place of speech? Because apparently I
You can't do that.
can't say shit even if I have a mouthful. And it was so bad. I was terrified. Well, I get back to the dorm and Helen's like, did you get diarrhea? Like, what happened? Like, where did you go? Like, did you start your period? Like, what happened?
What if you don't start your period and get diarrhea?
Listen, I mean, like, women, that happens to women. It's terrible.
Apparently, nature hates you guys.
Well,
But anyway,
it does. It happens. Anyway, so I'm like, listen, I already withdrew from the class. She's like, what? You can't just leave me hanging in there. I'm alone now. I'm like, I don't know, man. I guess you're going to have to withdraw because I stopped off.
Ellen, I'm done.
Yeah, I was like, I stopped off at the advisor's office on my way to back here because, like, I freaked out. And she's like, what? I'm like, but here I have you a ham sandwich. Like,
I got you a ham sandwich.
Because I went to the alumni grill and got her one of these hot ham and cheeses. We loved them because they would put the seasoning on the top and they had these fries.
Mm-hmm. Steak fries.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. That is one thing I do miss about college food was the hot ham and cheese, the fries, and the pickle.
The only thing that I miss from their food is their bar that they had at bottom of Alumni, because they had this giant fucking tube.
Yeah.
Like from Willy Wonka, full of Captain Crunch. And I just ate so many bowls of that I'm pretty sure half of my makeup is Captain Crunch and the rest is Pepsi.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. And then a little bit is hate, you know.
That sliver.
Keeps it all together.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the glue.
Yeah. It's
the bonding. Right.
Well, that's good.
But yeah, that's my leave the room story because like I was that embarrassed. I just left and completely went to my advisor and was like, I just failed anyway. I was like, so I'm withdrawing.
That happens to me, but where I teach college now, it happens in the opposite effect. Like the first day, I'm really sarcastic and mean. And I've had one girl get up, walk out, and you could hear her throwing up because the bathroom was beside her and she never came back after that. Yeah, because I say things like, we're going to talk about arguments in here, and I know that you guys have a negative connotation with arguments, because when I say argument, you think about sitting at the top of your stairs while your parents argued below you, knowing that you're the reason they're getting a divorce. You know, I say things like that to them.
Oh my God.
I do. And I mean, like, that's what I say, where I'm like, you're in college because your parents don't love you and don't want you around anymore. Stuff like that on the first day. So I might have hit something there. Or like lately I've been saying that I wanted to punch a golden retriever that would save me from the earthquake that only I would survive from. That's also a first day, and it really hurts people's feelings. Like, it really mad.
You can't do that with the golden retriever.
I will. They smile. They're animals that smile, and they don't fucking deserve it. I'm not going to punch a dog. I'm going to punch a specific dog. I have to be in an earthquake, trapped in some, rubble. The dog has to dig a hole, and the golden light will shine down on me from the sun on my face, and I will look up, and the dog will come down to lick my hand to tell me it's okay, and then I'm just going to, one time. That's all that's going to happen. Because he deserves it. Yeah, I know.
What? Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, that would be harsh.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
No, it's not. It's perfect.
I mean, you gotta set the bar high on the first day.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta show them what I'm about.
Right.
Which is being a fucking asshole and egotistical. Like, I'm pretty sure that when I teach, my ego teaches in another room. 100%. I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's like the first time I ever heard you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? You were like, "Why do you do this?"
What do you mean?
Whenever I was outside the door.
Oh, yeah.
And you were like, why do you do this?
Don't do that.
Don't do that to
Don't do
me. And I was
It's like watching me teach. Somebody watch me teach that isn't a teacher or isn't a student. It's like watching someone pee.
but I have taught.
It's weird.
So it's the same.
No, it's not. It's weird.
It isn't.
It's weird. It's like
I've been observed. I've
teach,
been
do it.
observed. It's hard.
No, I hate it. It's the worst. Normally, hopefully, we'll have you guys reply to us sometimes. There's a thing that I ask all of my students, and I'm going to ask you: has anything wonderful, horrible, or happened to you since the last time we've had this podcast? Meaning that if there's something you would like to share with the world, meaning that the 1 to 20 people that may watch this, that you don't mind me telling about and making fun of, please email us at wayfinderthreads@gmail.com.
Yes.
And I'll tell the fucking story.
If you would like to send us anything else, we do have occasional fan mail, fan art, snacks, snack crates.
Things you need me to hide for a long extended periods of time, I'll shove it right up the chimney.
We will gladly accept
Yeah, I mean snacks or snack recommendations.
those two.
If you go back on our YouTube, which we'll upload this video there, you'll see that we did a lot of snack boxes. I would prefer no snack boxes from any country in Asia because we had so many,
Mm-hmm.
and they all started repeating.
Yes. If there is a different one that we haven't had from
Yeah,
Asia,
yeah.
that'd be great.
That'd be great, but I'm done with seafood flavored fucking anything.
Yes. However, if you haven't tried tahini on a sucker or a Jolly Rancher,
That's a different thing.
I know.
But
That's what we learned from one of our snack
next
crates.
time we'll have a tahini with a sucker while we teach. We'll teach fucking do this podcast.
Yeah,
I can't teach. With
I'm
a
not
sucker.
teaching.
I can't teach with a sucker in my mouth, especially with a mask on. Looks like my nose is bigger than it already is.
That's funny. I take it you've tried this, so you know.
No, it's just I just got a huge schnoz.
Well, how would you know that it looks bigger then? Is this trial and error?
No, I mean you got a stick sticking out of your goddamn mouth.
But
So,
it's
like,
not that big. I mean, it's not like.
Listen, 2 inches is pretty big. Okay.
Okay.
It's huge. Actually,
True,
you
yeah.
can just do a lot with 2 inches.
I mean, yeah. You
So.
know what to do.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
So, anyways, this is the part where we would interact with you if you had anything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else before I do an outro?
I think that is it, babe.
Okay. Well, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening because that's what this is. I want you to know that this table, even though it looks small, is never too small. So if you ever want to become a guest, we'll do it virtually, or you can come here and talk to us. If you have something that you want to share with us, that would be really cool. Please visit Wayfinder Threads. Give us suggestions, feedback, negative, positive, it doesn't matter.
If there's things you want to see us see in our store, please give us those suggestions as well.
Yeah, just whatever. And until next time, I hope you guys have, horrible, 2 weeks. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a horrible 2 weeks. I hope nothing good happens to you. What about you? Are you have anything nice to say?
Peace out, guys. That's
Okay.
it.
All right. Well, until then, see you guys later.